Howdy hobbyists, welcome to Treetop Hobby Woodworks, and today is a laboratory experiment. You see I've got four cookies rather, and I'm going to take one and focus on it and teach myself how to make this into a cutting board. So this is kind of part 2 of our Texas meat planks. Like I said, it's going to be an experiment. We're going to do our best to flatten this thing, sand it down, put a juice groove on it, and fill the knots. Hopefully learn a whole bunch about how this is different than the planks that we did in the previous video. You might notice a slight difference in how I do this video. Let me know what you think. If it's better, worse, or can you even tell me what's different? And here we go. So I finally got this one flattened, and you can see there, I thought that was like a dent, indentation, something. It's actually some strange growth pattern. I can't quite wrap my head around what, is that a branch, or maybe the tree was cut at some point? Something like that happened, but super interesting and really interesting figuring in it. The other thing I was going to comment was, as you're sanding these, or as you're flattening, these look like ridges. Those are really just difference in temperature. I mean, there's a slight, this is flat. This is super flat. Super flat. Those ridges aren't there. It's just different consistency in the spin of the blade, the router bit. It does that. And so you get hotter, cooler. I think that's what's happening here. And obviously you have the burn marks, which all that sounds right out. Anyway, that guy's flat. We're going to move on. So I've run into an issue. Grain is all running this way, and I put this knot filler in here and a couple other spots. And what's happened is I've pushed that knot filler into the very fine, thin, narrow grains, and I got almost a little too zealous on this one and tried to sand it out, thinking it was just going to be like the long running grain, and it's just still shaded there. If I wet it, it's still pretty obvious. Doesn't look great. If I do this again, or when I do this again on the other pieces, I'm going to get CA glue that doesn't seem to contaminate the surrounding areas bad. I'm going to finish this one. I'm not super happy with this. This would all be CA glue. This should be wood glue. Where I filled these in, I should have used wood glue and sawdust to try to match this, as opposed to the knot filler, which shows very blatantly how much that wood doesn't mix together. But this was a learning piece. That was the whole point of this whole piece, was to get in here and learn this stuff. So we'll probably keep this one at home also, but I've got to work to not let it happen again. It's a really curious piece, though. Another thing I could do is I could go back to the flattener, or planer if I had a planer, but I could go back and flatten the whole thing again, see what I can take off. 'Cause I don't think it goes that far in, but it's certainly more than I'm willing to sand and take off that much material. I think we'll probably just finish it as it is and chalk it up to experience, and next time around, and I will do another video, like an improved techniques video of the exact same thing. But this is definitely going to be a usable board by me, my family. I got to figure out how I'm going to do juice groove, but I am going to sand it now that I've got it knocked down, and with the water pop to raise those grains, it's ready to go again. So I'm going to do a little more sanding. Okay, it's not bad. The walnut, of course, is pushed back a little bit more.
I don't know that any of us reach our fullest potential, but I'm going to keep trying. And as long as I'm trying to get that fullest potential and let the wood grain teach me, then I think I'm going in the right direction. I don't think any of us achieve absolute perfection ever, but the whole point is to keep trying. And that's what this piece is teaching me, is just keep forward. You'll hear me talk about it all the time. Keep moving forward. Thanks for watching.